This is going to be a video showing you guys how to be a better noob, and specifically at defense, because it's where I find most people that are new to the game seem to be struggling. Some of this is also going to apply fully to attacking. Step 1, knowing your characters. Knowing who you are going to be playing and how to play them is paramount. So the map loads. Obviously, everyone has to pick a character and you can't have two of the same. So you want to pick at least 2-3 characters that you're comfortable with and try and choose them as quick as possible. For someone that's completely a new beginner, I would suggest start with Rook. He is probably the simplest one to play in defense. The only ones to really avoid is Tachanka, because he doesn't really bring much to the table, and Castle, because he is currently pretty much useless, and everyone that plays him wrong anyway. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to pick Rook. I've already customized my guns and everything. You want to pick the impact nades, and I'll show you why. So as Rook, before anything else, we're playing bomb, and we are in kids' room and construction. Before anything else, you want to first and foremost drop your armor for 2 reasons. One, it's free points. Everyone's going to want to pick up your armor. Secondly, you want to drop this ASAP because your teammates that want to go out and roam, if someone's playing Caveira, if someone's playing any other character that can roam, they want to get that armor and then run to where they want to start their roaming. The second, and this is the most important tip that screws us over every time. If you're playing bomb or any objective, and this especially applies to this room, you do not, I repeat, you do not want to armor these walls. Do not armor those walls, okay? You do not want to armor this wall. What you can armor and what you should be armoring is this wall. And I will show you why in a couple of seconds. We've got 2 minutes to get through all this explanation for this map. You want to armor this wall specifically because you cannot armor these external walls. They're windowed. You do not want to armor these walls, and I'll show you why in a second. You want to armor that wall because it will prevent people coming in and easily just going through this wall from master bedroom into kids. Now, me as Rook, I have grenades. So what you want to do is actually blow a hole through that wall and through this wall. Why? It will permit you to be able to see into both bomb rooms easily. If you've got more characters that have more explosives, you can open this up more, but at least you want to open that. If you have a shotgun, you can also use that to just blow a hole through these walls. I don't have a shotgun with Rook, but it will get there eventually. Open this here. Open that there because it will let you be able to see into here. You can open all the bottom of this wall with a shotgun. Now, why you don't want to armor all these walls? Very simple. If you armor all the walls, they can come in through the windows, plant, and they've got a nicely armored room to easily survive in. Okay, so as an attacker, if we just went through and we know that the bomb is in kids, what I would do first and foremost is get our team together and coordinate. You can come up here. You've got a nice view into kids. You can take out if anyone is guarding. You can do the same from all the other windows. But then you could simply jump in here. And now if all these walls are armored, and this wall, and it's just this door that's open, you can very easily go in here, plant right there, come stand right here, and then you just wait for them and pick them off as they come in to try and defuse. There's nothing really a defense team can do at that point if there's no one in here. They cannot go outside, they cannot rappel up to these windows. If the walls are armored, they have no way to breach the walls. And there's just nothing they can do about it. We'll plant here and win this so we can go to the next match. Now, whilst we wait, another tip is communicate. If you're playing this game without a microphone, you are of basically no use to your team. Stick to casual. It's fine if you don't want to talk, you just want to play casual. That's fine. Just don't expect to do super well. This is just me, but I would rather play with a team of guys that are not so great, but that are all on microphones, communicating, giving correct, proper callouts. You can see at the bottom near the compass on the HUD, there's always going to be a name of the room you're in. So side stairs, training room. Use those for your callouts. If you can tell your teammates on a microphone, IQ in training room with diffuser, now the rest of your team knows.
Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected.
Okay, so one quick tip that I was going to forget and that I'm editing in the next day here. So the round starts, it's bomb, you're playing rook, you don't want to armor those walls like we already said. You're going to go in and drop your armor, pick up your own armor, and you will reinforce the walls that make sense to you. You're going to go decide where you're defending. So say you decide you want to defend people from coming in through master bedroom. Valid way to defend. As soon as the match starts and the attack phase starts, get on those cameras. You've got external cameras always, or usually at the end, so you want to get right to the end. So you're going to come into cameras, press left to get to the end. Look for enemies. If they're spawning river docks, you'll see them right there. Again, do not mark. It'll give you points, but all that's going to do is remind the players that there's a camera there. It's being used. They're going to shoot out the camera. Instead, again, communication with your mic. Press that default U key and say into your mic X amount of players, or identify them even. You'll get the IDs. That's free. You don't have to mark to get the IDs, and you will get points for that. But just say Habano coming from Doc, whoever you can see, or just say like they're spawning docks, and then same for cameras. Now you, as a defender of the objective, you're probably going to get a good 30 seconds to a minute before you even have to deal with any enemies, unless they are way outclassing your team and they rush in. So scan those cameras, give the intel to your team. It's going to be invaluable. If you're playing casual, it's okay to mark depending on your team. If your team tells you please don't mark them. Yes, it's free points. Yes, you will get a lot of points for doing it, but you're going to lose the cameras and you're going to end up losing that intel. Even if you go 0 kills for the entire game, if you are on the cameras the whole time giving invaluable info to your team, trust me, your team is going to appreciate you, and you will help your team out with a lot of info that will lead to you winning. Okay, so we're back. We've picked another location. I'm playing a different character. I've got C4. So we've got a bomb here, and we've got a bomb over in the other room. Same logic will apply here. You do not want to armor this wall. You want to instead blow a nice big hole in here so you can easily get between. This is going to bring us to another tip. Always armor the external walls on this map. Obviously, a point of entry from directly outside is going to be these garage doors. So you want to make sure that before you armor anything else, you armor both garage doors. And now, again, you have an easy path to get between the two bombs. You can watch both bombs from one room. But yeah, that is just... I can't even tell you guys how many times we lost matches because people armored between the bombs and there was no quick, easy way to get between. Our teams got split up, and we just ended up losing the game very poorly. Another thing that I've seen a lot of new players do is on defense, don't shoot the cameras. You're going to get negative points and you're just hurting your team. There's no reason to do it. But I've seen so many people do that. They just see that red glow when someone's using a camera and then just shoot out a camera. I get it, you're new to the game, it's a reflex. You want to do that when you're on the attacking team. When you're on defense, you do not want to shoot out the cameras. And then vice versa, if you're on attack, don't shoot friendly drones. So we're on another map now. We are on Hereford Base, however you pronounce that. And in a different game mode, this is Hostage. Again, know your character. So I'm going to pick Caveira. Everyone calls her Caveira, but I think it's actually Caveira. She is more of a roamer, and I am going to show you a couple more things. So a classic room that will get picked a lot on this map is the basement. Now again, you would be very tempted to come here and armor all these walls, which you probably wouldn't be a bad decision in Hostage, but what you should actually be armoring is this wall right here, because it gives them an easy flank. Definitely this wall right here, and I will go out and show you why in a second. And this wall right here. Now, why would you want to do those? Say that they know that you are in the basement. I'm just going to run out to show you guys.
You will be detected if you remain in this area.
This wall is easy to breach and will bring you directly into lockers.
You have entered an enemy controlled area.
And the other one that I armored is right here, and again will bring you almost right to the objective. So those are some of the most important walls you want to reinforce when you are on defense. Now, another thing that I notice a lot of new players do not notice or do is these hatches. There's one here, and there is one there. Now, obviously, you need what I was talking before, microphones and communications, to be able to tell your teammates, I am going to go and reinforce the hatches. So, reinforce the hatches. If you do not, you're new to the game, it's fine. You don't know exactly where those hatches are up top, and even I have a little bit of trouble. Get a teammate to mark them from below, and then you'll see that nice yellow marker, and you will know to go and place the reinforcements on those hatches. Now, as I was saying, know your characters. Caveira, whatever, is what we would call a roamer. You got defenders, you got roamers. Any character can be used to roam, any character can be used to defend. It doesn't really matter. Caveira's special ability kind of makes her more of a roamer. She gets an ability called Silent Step, which makes her footsteps basically silent. And she has a pistol that is extremely high damage, but will not kill in one shot. So even if I hit a headshot, it'll just down them so that I can go up to them and interrogate. Now, the important part about roaming, and again, you're going to need communication, I would say, unless you're playing against a completely horrible team that you know you're going to murder no matter what, minimally at least 2 people should always stay in objective guarding.
15 seconds left.
And maximum 3 people should be around roaming.
Time expires in 10 seconds.
I've lost matches because people didn't communicate or didn't listen, and everyone decided they were roaming, and then the enemy team just easily flanked around, didn't need any attackers, grabbed the hostage, grabbed whatever they needed to do, ran out because no one was defending the objective. So communication, you need defenders, you don't need roamers, okay? Let's just be 100% honest. You do not need anyone roaming. It is just good practice. You will get a couple of cheeky flank kills. You'll thin their numbers before they can even get to the objective. And it'll keep them busy because they have to think of and anticipate roamers that they have to deal with instead of just being able to go directly to the objective. Okay, so last bit that I want to show you guys on how to just be better at the game. And this is just basic info. We're not even getting into higher level stuff like Valkyrie cam placements and all that. So say you pick Jaeger and you are on one of the newest maps, Coastline, and you are defending Kitchen. And this is going to be one that applies more, not more, that applies also to attackers just as much.
Barricade the room.
So this is secure the area. We've got a container to protect and many ways to get in. Armor what you want. I've already given my ideas on that. Now, one point that a lot of people come in through is right over here, which will get them basically go through 2 doors and you're in the objective. I've seen way too many people just wait for them right out in the open, like so. Or even from like here, you're still not as defended as you could be. Now, a much better spot would be to take advantage of the leaning, get that as tight as possible, and you've got this grating here that makes it even harder for them to see you. You're leaning, so you're exposing less of your body, and you've still got a pretty good view of that door. Same if you want to even get more, you can, I don't remember if it was this one, a little bit of a tighter angle, but you've got a door frame here protecting you from people coming from that way, and you've still got that, and you can still get easy kills. Same applies for everywhere else. Don't just guard the window by standing out in the open. Don't guard the window by just being right under it and waiting for them. You might get a kill, but chances are you're just going to get murdered. For that window, personally, right here. Or even better, right here. If you know there is an enemy outside the window, they have to come in. They can't win the game if no one comes in the room. Keep your angle as tight as possible, even if you can't see them coming through the window. You will still get a couple of shots into them and finish them off while they're still in the animation of jumping through that window. Obviously not a great spot if you don't have anyone else covering your ass or if this door is not barricaded. There you go, tight. Keep your angles very, very tight. And this, like I said, the same applies to attackers. Don't break the window and stand right here and try and shoot people. Break the door. Break the door, run away first. Half the time, if the other team is inexperienced, they're just gonna shoot into the door like crazy, hoping to get an easy kill. You're not gonna be there. They're gonna waste. You're gonna know there's someone there. Then you can do 2 things. You can keep your angle very tight and just try and get an easy kill. Or, because the way the game works right now with the netcode, peeker's advantage. Stand up when you're peeking, always. Do not, you're slower. You're much faster if you're standing, and do not, for the love of God, like, do that. They're gonna see you coming a mile away. So either try and get a tight angle where they can't hit you, but you can hit them, or very quickly peek, spray it down. You'll know where they are for next time, and you can make a decision to either try to get the kill or go find another way to get into the room. Last tip, don't all bunch together. I've seen it way too often where you get 3 guys are left, they're all in here and they're all waiting. Any enemy can just throw in any kind of explosives, get all 3 of you very easily, and win the game. So there you go. Hopefully this helped a couple of you. It's just my tips and really simple mistakes that I see a lot of players making lately. Again, hopefully it helped someone. If not, just disregard this video as per usual. Have a nice day, guys.